My name is Yong. I'm an artist from Portland, Oregon. I was born and raised in China. I left when I was 12. I came to New York in the early 80s. I went to junior high school, and college. And after that, I went to work for Disney for 14 years. My first film was Pocahontas. My last film was Princess and the Frog. After that, I moved up here in 2009 to raise my kid. Yeah, so I always knew I wanted to draw. I went to an art high school back in New York, and then following that, I went to Pratt Institute. I studied illustration, and I got a job with Disney to work on animated films. And then after that, I decided to move to Portland to raise my kid. As an artist, it's extremely difficult to get a job. So I was offered a job right after college. I didn't have any second thought. I just decided to just take on the job, and it was really a good experience for me. I was able to learn a lot from very talented artists from different parts of the world. And but then once I have my family, it's a different story. I feel like I need to focus on my family. It's not about, to be able to have some choices to do stuff that you love to do, so you're passionate about, and it has nothing to do with how much money you have, how big of a house you live, because all that's you can't take it with you. But living the moment, to really be honest with yourself, and what is it that makes you happy, and do something to follow your passion. I think having kids, having it shifts your focus when you are, especially for artists too. Sometimes artists can be very selfish, like, oh, I want to do this, this is what I want. But then having kids, you realize that it's not just about you, and having a lot of money may not like, what if you give your kid all the money, if you like have all the, but sometimes that may not be the best way. I feel like having to focus on your kids and making sure that they have the right attitude, the right upbringing, the right habits, and so that way they can take care of themselves. And to me, that is more important than having to go to a job and make a lot of money and then don't care about your family. I guess don't have that connection with your kids, with your family. I know Steve Jobs said that if you need to find something that you're passionate about, find something that you love to do, even if nobody pays you. I feel like that is something that just should come out naturally, and not, you don't need to worry about money. I know this is contrary to our Asian culture, but I think it's very important to just do that, because as soon as you start thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this so I can make money, that it changes everything, because you're doing it for money, you're not doing it for the love of that. I remember talking to my younger son, and I said, when you do something, just don't do it because you do it for your parents. Do it because you love to do it. And when you do that, you can spend the same amount of time to do the same thing, but the result's going to be very different because of the attitude. And I'm so happy he got it. So, and then it has something to do with the way he practices the piano. And I said, Evan, you gotta do it with your heart. And then his piano teacher noticed that right away, and so that made me really, really happy. Mulan was in 1999, maybe 1999. That was a long time ago. I was a layout artist. A layout artist, basically, it's somebody who designed the background of the film. So anything that you see, if a sequence takes place in the snowy mountains, we have to design the mountain. We have to come up with the shots, the different cuts, and make sure that the continuity, make sure that they all work just like. So I guess the best I can explain this is when you watch a live action movie, it would be. A layout artist would be equivalent to a cinematographer, but the cinematographer, they have lighters, they have all kinds of. But a layout artist, we draw them. We actually, in some cases, we model that in a computer. So, but this is before computer, so everything was hand drawn. Live life and appreciate the present moment. Sometimes we're so caught up in our daily life and not living the moment. And how come I didn't do this? And I feel like I am so lucky and privileged to have that kind of time with my kids, because now my kids are almost teenager now, and in a few more years they'll be off to college, and who knows. So I really want to enjoy the moment, not getting caught up in worry about paying bills and all this stuff that or getting caught up in things that is just so unimportant at the moment, and forget to enjoy that moment. I feel like sometimes it's so easy for us to get caught up in life that we forget to become that, to be grateful and to be thankful and mindful. And those are the things that are very important to me. I find myself gravitate towards people that are very honest and not less pretentious. I feel like working in Hollywood has sometimes, but you kind of have to, I guess. And now doing what I do, and I feel like honesty and just be yourself. I think somebody, rather than just and this is the thing that I want to teach my kids to you have to be really honest with yourself, and don't always take. You gotta give. You gotta give. It only when you're giving, that's when you start to see outside of yourself. And I feel like as I mature, I think that is a very important element that I look for in a friendship. Not just somebody just, hey, me, what do I get? It's about give and take, and that's when you realize that this world is a lot bigger. It doesn't have to be about you.